The Vanishing Village. A mystery uncovered. In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, nestled between ancient trees and mist-covered peaks, there once stood a village called Ravenshaw. It was a quiet, unassuming place, until one day, in 1953, it vanished without a trace. The Disappearance. A traveling salesman named Arthur Whitmore was the first to report the eerie silence. He arrived expecting to find the usual bustling town square, where he had sold his wares for years. But instead, he found empty streets, abandoned homes, and an unsettling stillness. Dinners sat cold on tables, radios crackled with static, and doors hung open as if the residents had fled mid-step. Authorities arrived the next day, but there were no bodies, no signs of struggle. Just an entire village of 247 people wiped off the map. The only clue? A single word scrawled on the town's welcome sign in what appeared to be ash. Remember. Theories and legends. Over the years, many theories emerged. Some believed it was a mass abduction, either by cults or extraterrestrials. Others thought it was a government experiment gone wrong. The most chilling theory, however, was rooted in local folklore. Whispers of a curse dating back centuries. According to legend, Ravenshaw was built on the ruins of an older settlement, one belonging to a secretive religious sect. They worshipped an unnamed entity they called the Watcher in the Fog. In 1823, a group of settlers destroyed the sect's compound, claiming it was a den of witchcraft. The last priest, before being burned alive, uttered a prophecy. A century shall pass, and in the thick of night, the land shall reclaim its own. You may build, you may forget, but the Watcher never sleeps. Exactly 130 years later, Ravenshaw disappeared. The uncovered truth. For decades, the case remained cold, until a historian named Evelyn Carey came across a forgotten diary in the basement of a nearby church. It belonged to a man named Thomas Grayson, who lived in Ravenshaw in 1953. His final entry, dated the night before the town vanished, was terrifying. They've returned. We hear them in the fog, whispering. Last night, Jacob Sawyer walked outside and never came back. The ground is trembling, and the air feels thick, like something is breathing beneath us. I pray this is not the end. Evelyn and her team, armed with modern technology, ventured into the abandoned site. What they discovered defied explanation. Underground, beneath the ruins of Ravenshaw, they found a vast network of tunnels. Deep within, they uncovered artifacts bearing strange, unidentifiable symbols and walls covered in claw-like markings. But the most disturbing find was a chamber filled with human remains. Hundreds of them, some appearing centuries old, others much more recent. Among them lay a single, decayed notebook. Its final entry read, "The Watcher is real. And it is hungry." The final twist. Evelyn documented her findings, but before she could publish them, she went missing. Her last message to a colleague was chilling. I think I saw something in the fog. If anything happens to me, remember. To this day, Ravenshaw remains abandoned. Some say, on certain nights, you can hear whispers in the wind, calling out the names of those who dare to remember. So, do you believe it was just a myth? Or is there something out there, watching, waiting for us to forget?